everyone. Take a look at this brief story and clip, and let's discuss what we're seeing happening. Actually, that's happening in the fast food industry: shootings, stabbings, people dying over fries. Check this out. Fair use.
Thank you. Not a bad gig if you can get it. Meantime, Flippy the robot leading the rest.
And she's like my Flippy the robot.
Business robots making their way to kitchens nationwide as the technology is becoming cheaper and finding workers has become harder. Madison Allworth is in one of those kitchens with that story for us. Hi, Madison.
Jackie, this right here is the first Flippy 2 in operation.
There it is.
It's far from the last. White Castle has actually now committed to installing 100 Flippies across their U.S. locations.
Wow.
They really enjoy the cost savings and how Flippy also frees up employees for other tasks. Flippy costs around $3,000 a month and can work 24/7. If you had an employee working that, it would be closer to $5,400. Now, all an employee has to do is load the frozen food into a basket, and then Flippy, it does the rest. The robot can tell if you've loaded fries or onion rings and then cooks them to perfection. Miso Robotics has been working on Flippy for years, but the rollout of Flippy 2 could not have come at a better time for the industry. Restaurants are struggling to hire workers.
There's a big labor gap that's in the news all the time, as you know, Madison, and Flippy solves that problem. What we learn is that there's a whole bunch of tasks back of house that are just better suited for robots.
But that demand, Jackie, it hasn't slowed down. Flippy drops off the food here, and then they package it up and bring it to the customers. This location has been nonstop all day, which means Flippy, which can run 24/7, has been running that entire time.
Wow. Flippy. Did you see Flippy got that one arm, and Flippy is working? Accommodations and food service job openings. Wow. They're going to solve the problem. The issue that I'm thinking that we're going to be facing is this. It'll come to a point where people are going to need those jobs. Oh, and that time will come. Some people are making it now, however they're making it, with benefits. It's going to come to an end. Just like that STEMI came to an end. A lot of benefits. Some people are getting their unemployment, and that's fine. You know, it's not forever. So, just like you have a plethora of people who are silent quitting, or quiet quitting, leaving their jobs, there's always a shift, a change. That's not going to work for everybody. It's just not. Then you look up, you're going to have people who are going to be needing jobs. And by that time, they may have nowhere to go because it's going to be a no, because why? They've got Flippy. Look at the cost. This is recorded earlier. I'm just sharing with you guys a very busy schedule, like 2 weeks ago almost. So the numbers here at the road, just so anyone's like, oh my gosh, I made some money, I'm going to short. This is not accurate, okay? Just so you know, if anyone's watching the numbers on the rudder, this is not up to date. Clearly, 8/19. So I want to make sure we're aware of that. But yeah, Flippy, it can go 24/7. You don't have to pay health insurance, maternity leave. You don't have to pay sick days, workman's comp, vacation. You don't have to worry about paying for the workers' insurance and their family, the children, the husband, the spouse. You don't have to worry about all that. Workman's comp, you don't need all that. Robots versus humans, sorry to say, the robot in this is going to win. The business owner is going to win. That's who's going to win. In this country, it's all, in life, wherever you go, it's all about assets, resources. And you have neither, you pretty much have nothing. People go, well, I have love and power of the people. Yeah. And a lot of people engaged in power of the people, not mad at you. Congratulations. And some of the same ones, let's see love and power of the people pay that mortgage, that HOA, that rent, that car note, that gas, the food. So for business people, great idea. Very cost effective. And business is all about the bottom line. As I said before to someone, and I mentioned this video on this podcast several times, people really think, oh, they can't do that. Well, I thought so too. I'm like, you can't have all these people homeless. You want to bet? The way it's going, a lot of people are going to need, seriously, the way the future is coming financially, a lot of people are going to need a stimmy, but they're going to need a stronger stimmy. Guess what? That strong stimmy is not going to be coming. I don't see it. The ones behind the beltway are fine. They can, as some may interpret, myself included, engage in insider trade. Fine. They can do it. Behind the beltway, that's the safety net. And they're not opening up the gate to let more people in. They're just not. Some people can say, oh, it's going to be all right, and I'm going to do like grandmother said, and the preacher said, and the politician, and I'm going to pray about it, and I'm on hope. Good luck with that. Have to face reality. And while this is going on, a lot of people aren't playing. They're just waiting. Just waiting to see what's going to happen to me, and I'll deal with it then. And not to sound like, because I don't have all the answers, but you can't have the attitude. A lot of people thought that, and they're now being evicted, losing their jobs. So we're hearing now, as they said weeks ago, this time around in a recession is going to hit the white collar workers very hard. Next thing you know, IT firms laying off. Sometimes, and I watch, as you know, you're not familiar with, you're not new to the podcast, to the show. I watch podcasts. I watch Squawk Box. My gosh, 5 days a week. Okay. And sometimes I'm doing other things and it's on silent, but I'm watching the numbers at the rudder to maybe consider a possible play. So they said it's going to affect, said it weeks ago, white collar workers. Engineering firms, engineers just being laid off. Facebook, Tesla. Well, I just got a job offer. I'm going to be working in Simi Valley. No, you're not. Check your email. Check your mailbox. Maybe check both. Why? They just send you a letter. They're rescinding the offer. The job offer has been rescinded. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But I have a spot house. It's not going to happen. But I have a lease. It's not going to happen. It's just not. Not going to happen. It's to a point now, people are backing up for mortgages. Well, we got a closing date and let's sign all these papers. And it's probably look like about 50 or 70 pages. People are backing up. Handwritings on the wall. So it's affecting the white collar. It's been affecting the blue collar person. More layoffs are here. We got layoffs already here. More are coming. Yeah. Layoffs are here. More layoffs are coming. Have you heard about the retirees? Need a boommate, baby boomers? Baby boomers now, instead of a roommate, they call it a boommate. That's what's happening. Maybe I can go ahead and get a second job. I'll get a job here. And your government is not going to save you. Hate to tell you. You're not behind that beltway. Of course, I'm sure corporate welfare will continue. It always has. Not going to be any handouts. I don't see it. Not enough. And let me say, when I say there will always be handouts, but not enough to make a significant change in your life to offer you the stability that you desire. It's just not, I don't see it happening. So now we've got it where the ones at the top, I mean, we're talking people making six figures. And I don't mean it's 100,000. Some making 250 and 3. Cut, 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 cut. Like the country house gonna be up for sale, huh? Again, I said before, so people up north, so what do you enter? And what that means for some who may not be aware, I'm a younger person. When people say, what do you enter? Let's say if you live in New York or Massachusetts, any place up north, it gets really cold. So in the cold winter, a lot of people that have money, they go to their summer home. A lot of them come to Florida. What do you enter? North Carolina. The answer when someone asks a lot of people that have had money, what do you enter? The same place they summer, spring, and fall. Same location. It'll be enough to keep that. So they've already said it's going to hit a lot of white collar. They've been getting the notice. Tap, tap, tap. Middle class, oh, what's left barely hanging on. And the ones at the bottom. And all these jobs, they're making it sound like a gravy train, like you just go out there today and guess what? You're going to find a great job. It's going to pay you a lot of money. You are going to go and do it. Really? Really? Go out there. You're going to do it. They got jobs now paying $15, $20 an hour. They're fast food jobs. Those jobs, I've already asked one. So I'm like, what's, just kind of curious. Those jobs are paying part-time hours. You may get 30 hours. You may get 36 hours. They're not paying 40 hours a week. And then you look up, the hours vary. So then they just had an incident where a manager fired somebody, had to call the police. I need you to work these hours. The guy can't work the hours. Why? Because he works, I think he said DoorDash at night or in the evening. He's like, no, I can't do that. You have to work these hours. I thought they were saying, hey, there are a plethora of jobs out there that people just don't want to work. So here, a young person doing fast food and doing DoorDash. Uh-oh. The hours change. So now I guess he misses DoorDash. What if it's the weekend? Probably making more money then. So they're making it sound like all these jobs are out here and the American worker, they just don't want to work, or the job's paying a living wage. Now, some people are skating by, good for them, but I don't believe the hype. Are the jobs paying a living wage? You want someone to go to work and it can only pay half the rent? Well, unless your landlord is accepting half payments, you're going to still be evicted whether you go or not. That's your call. Maybe try to make some arrangements. And it's easy to say, well, go and find the new place. The new place is going to be more than likely just as high. The new place will be just as high. So what do you do? So this here, yeah, I wanted to show you this information, this news clip. They even have one now, and she did mention how that the bada bing, they'll have someone to bring the food out. News flash: Flippy got a cousin. That cousin is already in work. Why? Because they got one now that also works as the waitress. A robot works as the waitress, so you're not gonna be arguing with the robot. No, you're not going to be arguing with a robot. And this concept will be, of course, this IA. They've been saying it forever. AI, rather, artificial intelligence. They've been saying it. It is here. With all the violence, it'll be very attractive. Very attractive. Very attractive. Well, because if someone dies on a job, you have to pay a death benefit. Last I checked. What if they shoot the robot? The robot not going to even argue with you. So yeah, they've gone a step further. They even have a robot that works as a waitress, honey. That robot knows where your table is. They put the food on it. There's no contact between the person putting the food on it and the customer. The robot just comes to the table and gives it to you. I feel some type of way about it because what if you have an open plate, somebody cough or sneeze? I just feel some type of way about that. But understand, major changes are coming, and some people are sitting up just watching TV all day and just chilling like everything is fine. I hope it will be. But then changes come, and people are like, I can't believe this has happened to me. I don't understand how this happened to me. They can't do that. Guess what? They already did. So yeah, so Flippy is here. He got his cousin Skippy. That's the robot I saw that does the waitressing portion. I just hope nobody try to steal a robot. You just never know. I'm taking this robot with me. I just hope nobody does anything like that. But these are changes that are happening as you eat, sleep, as you live and breathe. And how are we going to adapt? This will cut down, I think, a lot of crime. People going back and forth. People trying to sometimes hijack restaurants and say, oh, you spit in the food, I'm going to give you a bad review. It'll cut down on it. And a lot of people are going to need the job, may not need it today, but they'll need it tomorrow. And the people at the bottom, my opinion, between AI, like Flippy, and the new immigrants coming in, maybe some jobs you thought, well, I'm not going to do that job because I don't need to. Maybe you think it's beneath you. A lot of Americans at the bottom just going to be wiped out. And that's sad. Remember my friend told me that, and I was like, what about the peeps? Use the term decimated. So people at the bottom, it's like the squeeze is on. But here's the deal. The squeeze is all around. And these companies, they're about the bottom line. No one goes into business with your family in mind. Some people think that. Some people live with rose-colored glasses on. Well, it's going to be okay, and they can't do this here. I think they will. I thought that too. Till you start seeing people on the sidewalk. People trying to live on the bus and the subways. Excuse me? Nowhere to go. Stay there and sleep on them. Employee theft. Now with Flippy on deck, you might be able to minimize it. So you will basically have, I think the wealth gap will continue to increase. The ones under the businesses are going to they'll get so much richer. And think it's 24/7. This thing can go. Look at the cost. Look how cost effective that is. That would be impressive. That would be a good savings to any worker, to any owner. Wow. So you can do it for $3,000, and I have to pay a person $53.94. So they're saving $23.94. 24 hours. They can save that a day. Add it up a week. Add it up a month. Add it up a year. Boom. So when people go into business, they start a business, a company. They're about, like you're about your survival, hopefully. They are about the survival of their company. They don't care about, these families, the women and the children. They're about that bottom line. It's a whole lot of work that went behind it to get to that point, and they're not going to let it fail by caring about humanity. They're going to care about that bottom line. So yeah, Flippy is here. And as this catches on, more restaurants they get acclimated to it. They're going to see their cost savings. Oh my goodness. It's going to spread. And many workers at the bottom, like I said, they may not need the jobs now, but they may need them later. Then the job won't be there. And then what? So yeah, it's going to get harder to survive in the country, and that's just the reality. You have to think. Can't go through life with rose-colored glasses on. Like, it just, well, I'm going to go to bed, and it's going to be okay tomorrow. Maybe it will be. But what's going to happen when a tomorrow comes and it's not okay? Those are the things a lot of people are not contemplating, not even considering. Those are the things they can't see. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. It's Simply Said here on YouTube. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. And I'm out.